Show cheers.
Yeah.
To a good show.
Always.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Odell Beckham Jr. signs a one-year agreement. How is the pitch clock now affecting even more in baseball than we originally thought? And how's the play-in tournament going so far in the NBA? All that and more here on the DNA Sports Recap. How's it going, AJ?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Busy week. How about you?
Yeah, it's been busy.
And we've had some beautiful weather here in Salt Lake, man.
Beautiful. What happened?
Yeah.
We went from...
I don't know.
I blame Gale Miller. Did you hear the latest about Gale Miller? And the Miller Group?
Well, I heard that they're talking about bringing an MLB team to Utah.
Exactly. Right around when that started happening, boom, baseball weather outside.
The baseball gods are like, not today.
Raining sideways, 8 inches of snow, and then boom, they talk about how to bring in a baseball team. Oh, sunny and 70. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty awesome. Something we definitely would like to talk about as far as that goes, as far as local news when it comes to what do you think about that? What do you think about?
Oh, dude, I absolutely love the idea of any major sports teams coming to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I agree, and I know that's the reason why Larry Miller bought the Bees was to kind of give that as a dry run,
a precursor
to bring in a Major League Baseball team. Unfortunately, he passed before he could really bring that to fruition. The fact that Gale Miller is championing that to bring that here after they just got out of the Jazz ownership.
Yeah.
Majority stake at the Jazz ownership. Kind of maybe
she got some freed up cash flow, man.
Let's hope so. Let's hope there was some profit in that $2 billion buyout of the Utah Jazz. But yeah, so apparently they're building a new stadium for the Salt Lake Bees, and they're building it out in Harriman.
Yep, Daybreak, right?
Sorry, yeah, Daybreak area.
On the news release today, it also showed them building a new MLB stadium downtown.
Okay.
Yeah, so the one for the Bees is going to be its own thing in Daybreak, and they're talking about building an actual MLB stadium downtown, like by where the fairgrounds are, kind of Radagona area.
I absolutely love that idea.
It's kind of funny though, because the area that like it shows the rendering in is right next to like the power plant that's downtown.
Oh.
And it like shows the 3 power plant stacks like in the back, in like the foreground.
So you got the stacks, then the mountains.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, I kind of like that. Kind of dig that. So what do you think the odds are Utah landing a professional baseball team?
Gale Miller said she's not sure, but she thinks it's going to happen.
Okay.
The preliminary talks on this one or the team that Gale Miller, she's talking about the MLB expansion though. So that's just them adding additional teams, not necessarily buying out a down franchise or something. Yeah,
see, and I get that, but the likelihood of them expanding and not having them be international teams is not very likely in my opinion.
Oh, really?
I would more likely see those teams being, if they did expand, there would be one American League team in Mexico and one National League team in Canada, for example.
Okay, I gotcha.
You have the old Montreal Expos have been trying to get a team back. There was talk about them trying to split the Tampa Bay home games between Montreal and Tampa Bay. I think that it's more likely that we would get a team that would relocate versus an expansion.
Gotcha.
If it's going to happen anytime soon, that's the way I would think it would go.
Yeah.
I think expansion would be a great idea. If they're adding 4 teams, then yes, absolutely. But if they're only adding 2, then my guess is those would probably go to
somewhere much cooler than here.
Somewhere much cooler than here. Probably a perfect way to put that.
Yeah. Just because we love beautiful Salt Lake City doesn't mean the rest of the world does.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, then
stay away.
But let's go ahead and continue to talk baseball while we're on this subject. Let's talk about it. Major League Baseball. So we talked. Our first short was on the for YouTube. So check out our shorts. Our first was on the new rules of baseball. I don't know if you remember that. The one that's been in the news the most has been the pitch clock.
It kind of keeps hitting us.
It does. So it has changed another thing about baseball that's not happening on the field. You either A, go stand in line and wait for beer, or B, you watch 2 innings of baseball. Because baseball is now going so fast that the time of the game is now shortened by 31 minutes that you can't just go out and sit and stand in line for beer and miss just a half inning. No, you're missing 2 innings of baseball if you're standing in the beer line now with how much the game is speed up. So the rules have always been that they stop. It's not an official rule, just most stadiums do this. But it usually has been where they just stop serving beer after the 7th inning. So the 8th and 9th inning, no alcohol can be served. Well, the pitch clock is changing this in so many ways with the fact that it's 31 minutes shorter. According to the Associated Press, so the Rangers, the Brewers, and the Twins have all now extended to 8 innings now. So they'll go the full to the end of the 8th inning now.
Missing those beer sales, huh?
I guess so. I guess beer sales are down. People are choosing to watch the game versus not. And there's also been an increase there of some other teams offering things like order from your seat type service.
Yeah.
Which is something you should be familiar with as a baseball fan. You know, the beer here, get your, beer here. You have people walking up and down the aisles selling,
Not a huge deal.
Yeah, but I don't really think that that's been around since COVID. Like, I've been to a few Major League games and I haven't seen those guys. This is definitely something that's not permanent. It's on an experimental basis only. If it proves to be a problem, they can revert back to the 7th inning like they have in previous cases. And like I said, a lot of other teams are looking into mobile ordering just to bring it to your seat instead. So
yeah, it's pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Like Vivid Arena here has the mobile ordering where they bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you have to go up and get it, like to get a text and just be able to go and grab your food and walk right back to your seat is super nice. It's pretty cool that they're already making adjustments on the fly to make the experience better. They're making the product on the field that much better, and now to make the experience of being at a game that much better. Pretty cool that the MLB staying on top of it.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, only a week in and they're already making the change, so that's fantastic. A little bit of baseball history was also made this week, by the way. A little bit of history. So on April 11th, which was yesterday at the time of recording, we made history in baseball for the first time. We had 2 Korean-born players homering in the same game.
That's the first time?
First time.
In an MLB game?
In an MLB game, yes.
Okay.
That 2 South Korean-born players have homered in a single game. So that goes to Ji-Han Bae and Ji-Man Choi of Pittsburgh Pirates that both hit 2 home runs off of the world champion. It's still hard to say. The world champion Houston Astros. They won 7-4 over the Astros. Congratulations, that's awesome. Little baseball history there.
Super cool, actually.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And they both play for the Pirates?
Yeah, they both play for the Pirates.
No way, dude.
It's really funny is this Yi-Han Bae, he actually hit his first Major League home run, hit a homer over the Green Monster in Fenway, and the fan wouldn't give the ball back.
Really?
Yeah. A Korean-born player hits his first Major League home run, and the worst part was it wasn't even the guy who caught it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy who caught it gave it to a kid, saying, "Here you go," because he saw a kid with it, and the parents would not let the kid give the ball back.
That's messed up.
That is messed up. But anyway, good on them. 2 Korean-born players to hitting home runs in the same game. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of NFL news. You've probably heard that we did have a signing for the Baltimore Ravens, but not the player that you're thinking of. This was a 1-year deal with Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
So OBD did sign a 1-year deal with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't remember the...
So I saw this pretty late the other night, and I almost texted you immediately once I saw it.
Oh, yeah?
Because I was like, what does it mean for Lamar Jackson?
Exactly. Poor Odell, man. Like, even when he signs a contract, no one cares about it. They're just like, what does this mean for Lamar Jackson?
Good for you.
Good for you,
Good for you, Odell.
Yeah, I think it was a 1-year, $18 million contract. Up to $18 million.
Yeah, it was a pretty good contract.
With incentives, and I guarantee you he's going to play up for that. This is kind of a show-me contract for him to show that he can still perform at an elite level. So
yeah, I mean, he's really had some up and down seasons. You know, he's known for that one awesome, touchdown grab in the end zone, but he's had some good seasons, and he's had some seasons where he kind of didn't show up, and But yeah, like I said, this is his kind of opportunity to step in and show that he can still play, and is he worth a contract? I mean, I kind of think it's a little bit of a push from Baltimore to say, hey, Lamar, we don't want you to sit out this season and wait and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to give you some hands to throw to.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's kind of got a nice little sneak preview about what the market really is out there for him anyway. I mean, nobody wants to give him a guaranteed contract. It's been pretty well documented on that. Yeah. You know, I believe the contract they offered to him was not 100% guaranteed, but I think it was like a good portion of it was.
Yeah.
I think he had like $120 million guaranteed or something like that.
Yeah, and I think at this point, it's kind of out of excuses as far as come on the field. You know, the receiving core for the Ravens may not have been fantastic before. You've now got Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
He's going to make catches for you.
Yep.
Here's your shot to come out, show you deserve that big guaranteed contract.
That you want.
Odell, same thing.
Yeah.
And you guys come out, show us what you can do, and then
perfect.
We'll sign everybody to contracts.
That's an awesome point, that you basically have two players that need to prove that they're worth the contract they want.
Yeah.
And this is an awesome opportunity for them to do that. That's a very good point. I didn't even think about that. So it would just be nice. I mean, if he wants that max guaranteed contract, I'm pretty sure he would get it from somebody. Just like you said repeatedly on this show, someone's going to pay that man. Well, the proof in the pudding is no one's paid him yet.
Yeah.
So no one's willing to pay him. And I think what we've talked about is the main reason why. He's only won one postseason game on his rookie contract. So, this is kind of his, year to really, okay, you've got a receiver that we're paying up to $18 million for, put the
pretty
ball
close to top dollar for that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe not top dollar, but pretty close.
Is there a receiver that makes $20 million a year in the NFL?
The fact is it's Odell Beckham Jr. It's not just any receiver, dude.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah. So, I get that. That makes sense. So, so this is definitely going to be interesting. I'd love to see them put it up. I'd love to see, LJ put up a good year where he gets, a couple of playoff wins underneath him and kind of put that narrative to bed and earn that guaranteed contract.
Yeah. Nope, I totally agree. Here's your shot, man.
Yeah.
And to verify that all of this has been said before, check out our other videos.
Exactly.
We've been saying this for weeks now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and talk about the NBA.
Let's do it.
Let's jump in the NBA.
Yeah.
So let's first start off with the one that shocked everybody. Quinn Snyder and the Atlanta Hawks beat Miami in the first game. If my memory serves me, you did call the Hawks were going to beat Miami.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
So that's awesome, because you know why that's kind of odd?
Huh.
So they did a poll of the 17 ESPN analysts. By the way, there's 17 of them. By the way, can you believe they have that many analysts for the NBA on
That seems a little bit
ESPN?
excessive.
And they all picked Miami to win the game over Atlanta. Not one person picked Atlanta. Now, honestly, I would have picked Miami too. In this case, I just don't think Jimmy Butler in his prime take advantage of a smaller team like Trae Young and really kind of put up some numbers, but. Apparently, Quinn Snyder had a great game plan going. So,
if there's anything that I can say about Quinn Snyder, he always went in with a great game plan. The game plan was always great when we went in. Okay,
it's just the ability to make the.
It was the lack of changing the game plan that killed us.
You now have the 7th seed, and you guys will be facing Boston in the first round. So best of luck there. Speaking of which, since when did LeBron help and mentor rookies? Why did he pick this kid? Have you noticed this? LeBron has always been the guy who's like, trade away all your prospects, trade away all your young talent, and bring me some veterans. And he is mentoring this kid. What's this kid's name again? Alex?
Austin Reeves.
Yeah, Austin Reeves. Yeah. So, whatever happened there? Like, have you noticed this? Like, have you seen all the times that Austin Reeves is talking to? Have you seen the meme where LeBron's talking to him and all of a sudden his eyes go like super wide? He's like, I don't know.
Like he doesn't understand all that he's saying.
Yeah. But this kid, man, I mean, LeBron's constantly in this kid's ear. What did he decide that he wants to mentor a rookie?
I think LeBron is working on changing his image, because if you continue being the LeBron James you were from 4 or 5 years ago, that only wants to win now, you're not going to have. I just feel like there's going to come to a point where teams aren't going to sign you because you're the most talented LeBron James you've ever been.
Right.
And he wants to make it to play with Bronny.
Yes.
Like at some point he has to say, yeah, I can be a team player. I can mentor rookies. I can pass the ball when I need to. Well, pass the ball when he needs to has never been his.
No. Actually, let's pivot to that. Let's talk about that. That's the other game here on the Western Conference was the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves were playing shorthanded, which could be a video on its own. Let us know if you guys want us to cover that. But the T-Wolves were shorthanded with Rudy Gobert out serving a suspension for punching his teammate. And then you also had, what's his name, who decided to punch a wall, which is always a great idea, who fractured his hand. So they were shorthanded in that game already, and they had to go up against the Lakers. So tell us about the game and how that...
So watching this game, dude, the Lakers looked like they were in big trouble most of the game.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves were... I mean, they were up 8-9 points the majority of the game. It gets down to the fourth quarter. It's getting tighter. Mike Conley has a really costly turnover driving to the basket.
Poor Mike.
They come down and make a three off of it. Yeah, they come down and make a three. It's like a 2-possession game. It battles back and forth. The game goes tied, okay, with like 20 seconds left. LeBron James has the basketball, top of the key. He goes head full of steam, right at the basket, 2 steps, has nothing, throws the ball out to Dennis Schroeder, who, as a matter of fact, is a 33.7% career three-point shooter.
So
not your strongest three-point shooter on the court. There's a reason this dude's wide open.
Right.
Okay. You know what I mean? And there's a reason that 4 people collapse. So I'm just going to ask you this. If you have Dennis Schroeder at 33.7%, okay, and LeBron James 2 feet from the basket with a head of steam, even with 2 defenders or 3 defenders on him.
Right, none of them Rudy.
Who do you, no Rudy. Who do you want taking the next shot? He passed it. He passed the ball, Darren. He's LeBron James. He's in his own opinion the most talented basketball player of all time. Your season is on the line.
Yes. The odds of Anthony Davis making it.
10 seconds left in the game, dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
2 feet from the hoop.
How much of that has to do with the fact that early in his career he got criticism for... Actually, no, he did the exact same thing.
He did the exact same thing in his career.
He passed the ball to Mo Williams to shoot
it.
Passed it to J.R. Smith.
He would never take... He never... I'm not the biggest LeBron fan.
That's a very interesting point.
But I'm going to tell you, I don't recall him ever taking a big game-winning shot. Kyrie Irving's got one. On a LeBron James team.
With LeBron on the team.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some other players that have big-time shots in LeBron James' game. How many times is it LeBron James?
I can't really think of one.
Because
if you're a LeBron James fan, please let us know in the comments down below. Let us know
I want to hear
on YouTube. Please let us know down below when he made the signature shot for him.
Yep, LeBron the big shot dodger, man. I'm telling you.
Wow. I did not even realize that. That's actually a good point. So, okay, but they still ended up winning.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder knocks down this 3 with his 1 for 3 point shooting.
So the whole whining about the 33% thing was kind of a moot point.
But no, my point was were
they down by 2?
It was tied. But you got LeBron James 2 feet from the basket, or Dennis Schroeder, who's a 33% three-point shooter. Wow. Your odds are you're LeBron James, you dunk the basketball.
Yeah, if you miss, you'll get fouled.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that game early on where he didn't get the call when he thought he was like, remember that when he basically threw a
It's because the game was on the line and he wasn't taking the shot.
Yeah.
That's what it was. They get the shot. They make the 3. There's like 3 seconds left. They push, they call a timeout, get the ball up the floor. They run a great set. Mike Conley's open in the corner. Mike Conley launches it up, and Anthony Davis fouls him as time with 1 second, with 1/10 of a second left. Ooh. On the 3-point shot, Mike Conley makes all 3 free throws and sends the game into overtime.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now Mike, my man, love it.
Dude, and the first one hits front rim, bounces straight up, and drops down. You're just
oh my gosh, dude.
Oh, so it was terrifying.
That's got to be a redemption moment for Mike Conley because he missed the 3 at the buzzer at the end of the game in the bubble.
In the bubble season.
Mitchell standing there in the corner going like,
He thought it was in. Everybody thought it was in.
I've heard that the actual thing was he was actually upset that he didn't pass him the ball.
Oh, really?
It wasn't, because we only see the back. We don't see the front.
Yeah.
We just see him go like, hey, because he's wide open. But, that's a second to pass the ball and so.
Second to set, or a 1/10 of a second to set, a 1/10 of a second to shoot.
Yeah, what are the odds he gets the shot off?
Yeah.
So I do think that's got to be a redemption moment for Mike Conley, though. He's got to feel good about that.
Yeah, to send his team, they still lost.
I know, but to give them
a chance to win.
Yeah. I mean, I still see the Timberwolves. Let's pivot to that. The Timberwolves are now going to play the loser of either the Pelicans or the Thunder. I don't see the Timberwolves losing to either one of those teams.
especially with Rudy Gobert back.
Yeah, Rudy's
I'm gonna
back.
tell you, I watched the Lakers and Timberwolves game. They were missing Rudy's defense.
There's a narrative though that the reason why they tried so hard is specifically to prove a point that they don't need Rudy Gobert. There's a lot of people on that team. I don't know if you've listened to the stories or read any of the things, or somebody recorded the locker room after the fight.
I didn't see this.
Yes. And again, let us know if you want us to cover it in a little bit more detail. Kyle Anderson said in the recording saying, y'all gotta stop kissing this guy's you-know-what so much. I have a decision to make this offseason. And apparently he wasn't well liked.
Kyle Anderson is nobody though, dude.
Yes, but he is the vocal leader of that team.
But he has accomplished zero in his career.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about Rudy Gobert, who signed a near max contract, which Kyle Anderson's never done. He's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 3-time All-NBA player.
All-Star.
3 or 4-time All-Star.
No, 3-time.
3-time All-Star. Like, it's not that, it's just that we followed Rudy Gobert. You know, obviously we followed Rudy Gobert's career here. We've seen the impact that he can make on the floor every single game.
Yes. But we also know how much he wasn't liked in the locker room here in Utah. And I know that he's not well liked in the locker room in Minnesota because they blame him for why they trade. Well, it doesn't really matter why they don't like him. It doesn't matter why they don't like him. The fact is they don't like him. So, and I think the reason why they don't like him is because of the trade of D'Angelo Russell. Everybody loved D'Angelo Russell there. So the fact that they traded him to bring in Mike Conley, more friendlier Rudy Gobert point guard, they feel like they're trying to cater to Rudy so much, you know, that kind of set a divide in the locker room. Now, yeah, Rudy's going to rub people the wrong way. He is French. There is that cultural element to it.
Right.
So there's no way around that. That is going to be a thing. So, you know, Victor Wembanyama.
Proven baller though, dude.
Yeah. Keep that in mind for Victor Wembanyama going forward. You know, so we'll see. He's French too.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, he is a proven winner. He's a proven player, but he's also proven to be a liability on the defensive end when a team knows how to take advantage of him.
Especially in playoff situations. When you can put 5 shooters on the floor for 3 minutes and it doesn't kill you, you're in deep trouble with Rudy Gobert on the floor.
Yeah, when the Lakers, sorry, not the Lakers,
but I'm going to tell you, the Wolves looked bad last night.
Yeah, well, the Clippers had no chance of beating Utah straight up.
Yeah.
Until that strategy. I'm actually quite happy for the Timberwolves because I think they have an easy route to get to the next round, to get into the first round to play the Nuggets. But honestly, I think they're going to be gassed. And, you know, Jokic always dominates Rudy. So being able to shoot from out, they have the ability to pull Rudy out. So I don't think they stand a chance against the Nuggets. So
yeah, with Jokic on the Nuggets,
that's a gentleman's sweep.
That is a really tough matchup for Rudy.
Yeah, that's a 5 game.
Yeah, Rudy needs a traditional center to play against if you need that. Yeah. If you want that, but I don't know. I mean, they have Cat. You know what I mean? If you match him up like Rudy against Michael Porter Jr. on the Nuggets,
yes,
he can still shoot it, but he's not.
Cat's not.
He's probably a better matchup on Jokic because Jokic is slower though.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Kind of where I'm thinking.
Porter Jr. is a lot more athletic. Jokic is a little.
Yes, and Rudy can close out on shooters a little bit more. But not on the 3. But if they go, I don't know. I think it could.
Let's let it get to that point before we discuss all the options.
Yeah, I don't see that not happening though. I'd be very surprised if OKC or the Pelicans beat the Wolves.
The Timberwolves, yeah.
I'd be surprised.
A lot of playoff experience there.
Yeah, but so we got the Bulls over the Raptors playing the Heat in the next round of the play-in. Oh wait. Yeah, the winner, which is the Bulls, will play Miami, the 7th seed. The Hawks bypass the rest of the play-in tournament and now go face Boston. On the right-hand side here, on the left, on the west, we have the Lakers facing the Grizzlies, which will be a fun series to watch.
Yes, it will. It absolutely.
I really would love to see this so-called dynasty take on a team that's won a ring in the last 3 years.
I have really mixed emotions about this. Because I really like John Morant.
I like John Morant as a player.
I am not a huge fan of Dillon Brooks.
I can't stand Dillon Brooks.
But I really hate the Lakers. And I don't think the Lakers can even stay healthy through a 7-game series.
No.
I think AD will get hurt, or LeBron will tweak something, or they'll find some excuse as to why they couldn't close out a series against a really talented Grizzlies team.
I think the Lakers have a problem, and I think they traded away their only solution to this problem. they are not going to have a way to have iso ball with a guard in this series, which is what they're going to need.
Yeah.
John Morant and Brooks, both of those guys aren't known for their defense on an elite guard with the ball in their hands.
And the Lakers don't have an elite guard.
Lakers don't have an elite guard with the ball in their hands.
I mean, they have Malik Beasley.
He always was.
But he's a catch and shoot player.
Yeah,
he's not a slasher. He's not. I mean, he'll take the ball up the floor, set up an offense, then catch and shoot. But that's pretty. I mean, that's a break while John Morant's on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I don't know, man. I think the Lakers have, with what they got from the Jazz, they have enough defensively to slow down the Grizzlies, keep them at a transition. And I just don't think, again, to your point, playoff experience matters. And I think running your mouth for a season, claiming to be a dynasty when you haven't won a damn thing in your life yet, puts you in a position where people are gonna gun for you, man.
Yeah, exactly. You guys just put a big old target on your back.
Yeah. Interesting stat, by the way. I don't know if you noticed this, but this is the first time in NBA history all 4 California teams are in the playoffs.
I actually saw that one.
That's impressive.
Pretty interesting.
Very, very cool. Congratulations to the Kings for being the missing piece in that. So that's fantastic.
They've been the missing piece their whole career.
Yeah.
But they have a really tough road ahead of them facing the Warriors. I'm going to tell you that.
Oh my gosh, why isn't that the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah.
Why isn't that? Come on, NBA. You're accused of fixing your league all the time, and you're giving us the Kings and the Warriors in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Come on. Not cool.
That's going to be quite the matchup, dude.
I'm
pretty excited for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I see the Warriors pulling out of that one, but that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I want the Kings to advance beyond that, but that's just a tough draw. That is a tough draw.
Yeah. For sure.
I take the Kings over the Clippers. I take the Kings over the Grizzlies. However, I don't take them over the Suns or the Nuggets. So we kind of really don't have much.
Tough outs.
The West is kind of stacked.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean,
the West is deep, bro.
You got the Knicks, the 76ers, the Nets, and the Hawks. I think you got the Bucks, the Cavaliers, and the Celtics are the 3 teams that are really going to be contenders for the title.
Yeah, kind of getting it in the East.
It's them and then everybody else.
Yeah.
But in the West, you don't really have that. You have the Nuggets, you have the Suns, you have the Warriors, which are a sleepy team. You can never count out a LeBron-led team, everybody being healthy. And the fact that the Clippers even still made it to a 5th seed this year, it's impressive. They actually made it.
Yeah, I didn't think they were even playing that well this year.
I didn't think so either. I mean, they're only 44 and 38, so they weren't that great. Man, maybe the West wasn't that good at all. You got the 5th seed, but being 6 games over 500.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. The playoffs are right around the corner, and let us know if you guys want us to cover the whole Rudy Gobert situation with the suspension and the punch. There's a little bit more to that story that we want to go into because it's not really our demographic. We like to cover the sports, not the drama. So if you guys want us to cover the drama, let us know. You got anything else?
I think we just need to tell them that if you're watching on YouTube, this is available in a podcast form wherever you get your podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe. What else is there?
I don't know. You stole my line.
I know. That was cool, right?
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Good night, everybody.
Until next time.